Here's a quick video look at this Minolta X-700 35mm SLR camera. This one is equipped with the MD 50mm f1.7, which is a little bit bigger than the f2 that's often found on these. As we look this over, I'm just going to step down through the shutter speeds here. I've turned it on. There are batteries in it. They will not come with it. They're just for my testing here. At 1/1000th, 1/500th, 1/250th, 1/125th, 1/60th, 1/30th, 1/15th, 1/8th, 1/4th, 1/2, 1 full second, and we can see that the aperture blades are stopping down properly in the bulb setting. So that's all working fine. I verified that the lights in the viewfinder are working correctly. The shutter speed meter values are lighting up the way they're supposed to. This lens has the locking aperture, so you set it at the green f22 and lock this, and then you set this at program, and then you basically have a point, focus, and shoot camera that's supposed to do a pretty good job. I have never done that, but that was the gimmick of the X700, was their program mode. It also has a beeping mode that if it senses that it's going to be taking a picture where it's too dim to hold it steadily, the beep comes on, and we can see that works. I can also turn on the self-timer here. You can just watch right here. There it's beeping and flashing. And there it goes, so we saw that works. If we move around to the back here, we can see it's in good condition here. We can pull up on the rewind crank to pop the back open. Oh, I got that timer set. We can see, I'm going to turn off the beep too. Shutter's working good. The film transport's working. A little bit of sticky residue along the door edges, so I would say that the light seal material should be replaced pretty soon. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to do it before you run your next roll of film, but be aware that that rubber is breaking down, and that's the only real issue I see with this camera. Everything else seems really nice. It still has the plastic coating on the bottom here, so it's not all scuffed up. The strap is an original Minolta strap with an extra battery holder. It's empty. And also strung on here is the little shutter blind that slides right onto the back of the viewfinder for use when you're going to have your eye away from the viewfinder, like the camera's on a tripod and you don't want light entering the back there to mess up the meter readings. So that's what that's for. We can set the ASA or ISO value here, and we can also do exposure compensation. And it has a locking shutter speed wheel if it's on either the A for auto or the P program mode, so that you can't accidentally turn it off. I didn't yet show the lens, so let's take that off, and we can see that it has nice clicks on all of the aperture settings, and with it stopped way down, we can see very quick aperture blades. I see no oil on the blades anywhere looking through. It has very nice smooth focus, typical of these Minolta lenses. I always have liked those. This is the true MD lens that engages with the MD tab here on the X700, one of the few models that uses that. And this camera comes with a Minolta filter. It's a 49mm UV filter, and we can see that the lens threads are good because it screws right in. It comes with this Minolta lens cap. I did notice that the little springs are kind of split right at the bottom and top. They join together to provide some springiness, but still it's not quite the way it's supposed to be. I suppose you could very carefully put a drop of glue on there, but because of that it doesn't grip quite as good as it should, but it is the correct cap for this camera. And then it also comes with the case. Now this is not a Minolta branded case, but it was designed for this X series of Minoltas because it's got the little bumped out section here that fits over the grip. And so then we can hook these little straps over the straps and fold the cover over. Snap it on the back in the two locations. It's in pretty good condition. A little bit of wear on the edges and actually all along these edges here. But yes, here it actually says for Minolta X-700. So it was the correct case designed for this. It's just not, doesn't have the Minolta name on it. So, fairly nice example of the X-700. The only thing that looks like it will need will be batteries and eventually the light seals replaced at some point.